Welcome to our next video of Science Class 9th, Lesson number 4, Structure of Atom, Part 2. So now start. So in last lecture we will do the topic which is cathode ray experiment by J.J. Thomson. So now in this experiment we will do the experimentally full processes of the experiment. So first step is setup. So in the experiment of cathode ray tubes by J.J. Thomson, first step is setup. First step is set up. So in this, Thomson used a sealed glass tube, which we see cathode ray tube, with electrodes and a vacuum pump by applying high voltage to create cathode rays which we say glowing beams from the cathode. Cathode means negative electrode. Cathode means negative electrode. So this is the first point, which is setup. So in setup, J.J. Thomson used a sealed glass tube, which is cathode ray tube. The cathode ray tube is made up of glass and it is totally sealed tube within electrodes and a vacuum pump. Within electrodes यानी कि थॉमसन एक सील्ड ग्लास यानी कि जिन्हों ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ कैथोड रे ट्यूब ਲਈ ਨਾਲ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੋਨਸ ਤੇ ਵੈਕਿਊਮ ਪੰਪ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਹਾਈ ਵੋਲਟੇਜ ਟੂ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕੈਥੋਡ ਰੇਜ਼। ਹਾਈ ਵੋਲਟੇਜ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਕੈਥੋਡ ਰੇਜ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਹੋਣ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ glowing beams from the cathode। कैथोड चों कैथोड रेज पास होन, सो कैथोड ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोड ਹੁੰਦਾ। So this is the full setup of the experiment, cathode ray experiment by J.J. Thomson, which is discovery of electrons. Now we will do our second step, which is observations. So now we will do our second step, which is observations. So now in observation, first point is the rays traveled in straight line. The rays traveled in straight lines. ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ rays ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ straight lines ਵਿੱਚ traveled ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ and cast sharp shadows indicating they observation. First point is the ray traveled in a straight line. ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ rays ਨੇ ਉਹ straight lines travel ਕਰਦੀਆਂ and cast sharp shadows ਤੇ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ sharp shadows ਉਹ cast ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ indicating they were particles indicate ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ particles ਨੇ. So this is the first observation which come under in the discovery of electrons experiment by J.J. Thomson's, which is cathode ray tube experiment. So now we will do the second point which come under observation. The second point which come under observation is when metal plates with opposite charges were placed around the tube, the rays bent away from the negative plate and towards the positive plate, proving they were negatively charged. So this is the second observation which come under cathode ray experiment. When metal plates with opposite charges were placed around the tube. ਜਦੋਂ ਦੋ metal plates ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ positive charges ਸੀਗਾ ਯਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਵੀ opposite charges ਸੀਗਾ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ charge positive ਸੀ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ negative ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ place ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ tube ਦੇ around. The rays bent away from the negative plate and towards the positive plate. ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ rays ਸੀ ਉਹ bent ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਈਆਂ from the negative plate and the positive plate, proving they were negatively charged. तो ये तो prove होया कि वो negatively charged नहीं. So now we will do the third observation of cathode ray experiment. So the third observation is the magnetic field also deflected the rays. So this is the fourth observation which come under this experiment is that a magnetic field also deflected the rays. Magnetic field they will deflect कीतियां rays. So this is the total 3 observations which come under in the experiment of cathode ray tube. So by J.J. Thomson. So now we will do our third point on this experiment is measurement. So our third point is measurement. Third point is measurement. J.J. Thomson measured the deflection under electric under electric and magnetic fields to calculate the charge to mass ratio, which is equal to E upon m, charge to mass ratio of the particles. So in measurement, the J.J. Thomson measured the deflection under electric and magnetic fields to calculate the charge to mass ratio, which is equal to E upon m of the particles. So J.J. Thomson ने measure किया इस experiment ਵਿੱਚ कि ਜਿਹੜੀ deflection ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ under electric and magnetic field to calculate the charge to mass ratio of particles. So by this third point, our experiment of discovery of electrons by J.J. Thomson is finished. Now we will do our chapter's next topic, which is discovery of protons and neutrons. So the discovery of protons and neutrons is discovered by the Chadwick. So the discovery of protons and neutrons. So now we will know that the proton is positively charged and the neutrons are neutral, means no charge. Protons कोल positively charged particle ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ neutron ਕੋਲ no charge, यानी कि ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ neutral particles ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. So this experiment is discovered by Chadwick. The scientist's name is Chadwick. The full name of Chadwick is James Chadwick. James Chadwick discovered the neutron. James Chadwick discovered the neutron in 1932 by bombarding beryllium with alpha particles. By bombarding beryllium with alpha particles, observing a highly penetrating uncharged radiation consisted